What's up, everybody? And I know once again I've just been late on these reviews and videos, and I know everyone's spoken to this now, but let's gotta speak on the recent releases we just had, huh? Let's talk about that for a second. As you can see, the word's been going around, and I know everybody knows because there'll be Black Friday on Friday, and 8 people were released, and I want to step into all 8 of these individuals that released. So let's go down the list real quick of who was released from the WWE. Some of these guys, I feel like, how did they was able to hold a job here? I don't know, or some of them were dead weight. But let's go through them, and I'm going to give my thoughts on them one by one. The following people have been released from WWE as of Friday, May 5th, I believe. No, May 6th, sorry.
Preventing HIV and having...
Here's who was released. Hornswoggle, El Torito, Alex Riley, Zeb Coulter, or Dutch Mantel if you want to call him, Santino Marella, how does he still have a job there, Cameron, and we'll get into that, Wade Barrett, and Damian Sandow. 8 people released from the company, and let's kind of go down by one by one of who was released from the WWE. You know, seeing all these people that were released, you know, some you kind of saw coming, but then some it's like, well, one it's really surprising. But let's go down the list. First off, let's start off with, Hornswoggle. What was he doing in the company this whole time, to be honest? The last time Hornswoggle did anything was being 3&B. How did he hold a job that long? I don't know. Some way, somehow. He's held a job this long, so I can't really say that much about it or anything of how he held it or what he did to hold it. But this man has held the job for over 10 years. And like I said before, the last time he's done anything was the whole WLC against Torito. And Hornswoggle's already kind of, you know, made his bookings. Now he's going to be called the name Swoggle, so I'm not surprised he was released. Because what was he doing over there recently? El Torito, I feel bad for the guy. And yes, he moves great. And you know, he's a midget. He was just stuck in that horrible Matadores gimmick. And since, you know, Primo and Epico want to go back to being travel agents now and say they're from Puerto Rico again, he was released. So I think he'll go to AAA or somewhere and wrestle, and he'll be okay. Or go to Lucha Underground, in my opinion. He'll do that. Next person on the list, Zeb Coulter, legend, yes. Why did they give him a creative job? I don't know. The last time Coulter was brought back, he had to do that stupid Mexican America thing with Del Rio for some reason. That didn't even last long, and then Coulter just rolled away and disappeared on TV. I can see they could have brought him back. He was good with Swagger and the whole Real Americans thing of how that was going, but you know, he was pretty much gone and he was off TV. They could have gave him a creative position, in my opinion, but you know, I'm surprised he wasn't really released. Well, I am kind of surprised he was released. He could have creative, in my opinion, or do something, help the wrestlers in the back. Could have been part of NXT, could have been a trainer, something, help people cut promos, character-wise. Guy's a good booker. Another person that was cut from Friday, Santino Marella. Santino Marella's been retired since 2014 in July. What the hell has he been doing in this company for the past 2 years? Yes, he made sporadic appearances, but what was he still doing here? Some people think he was going to get I don't know, he said he was going to get in the ring soon, but he was just like there. He didn't wrestle. He was there for his comedy act and everything. So that was with Santino, and I didn't know he was really still there. Santino will be alright, because I know he's got that wrestling school gym, or whatever it's called. Well, I don't remember what it's called all the way. It's a big facility, and it's really great. So what I've seen on video, Santino be alright. He'll be okay. So I'm not worried about Santino doing anything special unless he takes a booking somewhere. You know, we'll see how that goes. But Santino will be alright. Another person that was released, Alex Riley. Now, Alex Riley's somewhat brought it on himself. Alex Riley was on NXT recently, and the last thing he did was in that whole Rage Riley Rage. But if people know recently during the weekend what karma this is, saying Alex Riley wants to go start beefs with podcasters because they talk about him, and now he gets pissed and says, "Oh, you wrestled at a gym, I wrestled in a college." And I listened to Salamanca also, and I actually talked to the guy when he was on Wrestling Suit, and he's a really nice guy. I've heard his podcast, I've seen a lot of clips of it, and he's good. But yeah, I think Alex Riley picked the wrong person to fight with. And I remember they said Alex Riley was pissed because Sami Zayn was getting video return packages and he wasn't. And the only thing Alex Riley's ever done was, be Mrs. henchman sidekick and do the Rage Riley Rage. But I think him arguing with podcasters on the internet just kind of screwed him over right there in the end, and he got pissed. And in the end, I guess the podcasters really won because he kept trying to get in beef with him. And, I'm not really surprised he was released. Can he go anywhere? So the rest I know people are going to say Japan or Ring of Honor, TNA, but I don't know. That's why he's kind of proven himself to be an asshole lately. And I thought he was just alright. Some people think he could have been in a thing with Swagger or Ziggler because they both have collegiate level wrestling skills, and it could have been some type of division or some type of club, like a sports type of thing. And he was good on commentary. The guy could talk, I give him that, with Alex Riley, but what the fuck else was he doing to being on NXT commentary? And I'm not really surprised they got rid of him, but after that, I guess the whole arguing with the podcasters thing, it just kind of screwed him over, in my opinion. That's pretty much what it is. Screwed him over, got fired. So Alex Riley, I'm not really surprised he was released. And this is just I think it's a way of karma, in my opinion. So it just kind of fucked him up in the end for Alex Riley. Another person that was released, Cameron, and when I read Cameron's statement on the internet, she was very vocal about I'm really surprised this person wasn't even released. Also, Ryback, after the stuff he's been saying on the internet lately, which he makes point, and both of them do make points. But Cameron may have knew she was gone, and another thing, what has this woman done? And this thing, she was never really a wrestling fan. She got on a contract because we all do remember the whole my favorite match is Melina versus Alicia Fox thing, and I'm sure people are gonna only remember Cameron for pinning Naomi on her stomach and stuff. So it's like, what did this woman really do this long? Be on Total Divas? What did that do? Like, how did she even hold a job? And I just think, when I listen to her rant statement, it's like, okay, the internet's now cyber bullies and stuff. And there were some good points, but it's like, what did you do? And it's like the same thing with Ryback's thing. He makes great points, but it's like, who the fuck do you think you are in a way that you deserve all this stuff? And Ryback has had multiple opportunities, but I think CM Punk may have killed his career in a way after that whole thing of hurting people, and Punk coming out with that podcast talking about, and that probably may have been a nail in the coffin for that dude, and saying he could sell more shirts than John Cena. But whoever thought he was going to do that must have been crazy if he was ever going to do something like that. If he could sell more t-shirts. But that never was really going to happen. So whoever thought that was going to work, it must have been crazy. So Cameron, it's like, I think she was kind of wasted potential anyway. And somebody asked me this, why don't they fire Eva Marie? These people, listen, this company looks at Eva Marie like she's the fucking shit, but she's not. And everybody knows she's horrible, okay? It's like Eva Marie could take a shit right now. Somebody said this, but they said she could take a shit right now, and people will look at her shit as chocolate ice cream with sprinkles on it. And I told my friend about this the other day. You gotta look at the lesser two evils. I don't like both of them that much, really, but I would have fired Eva Marie first for multiple reasons, and I'm sure all of you out there have reasons why you would fire Eva Marie also. That Cameron could have been maybe a commentator in the back, like just an interviewer girl. That could have worked, because, yes, she sucks at wrestling. She's not good. Everyone knows that. That's been proven she's not good. And I don't know what her deal was in this company. I just thought she was I just think she just kind of sucked in my opinion. But I think when she came out with everything she said, defending Ryback, that may have been the writing on the wall for her. Do I think Cameron can go somewhere else? I think she may have to choose a new profession, or B, go to wrestling school and maybe actually learn something, because I don't know what the WWE taught her up there. Because I don't think she's going to go to any other company. I'm not saying, I don't think she would even make it in TNA or any other place. I don't know if Ring of Honor has that much women's matches. New Japan, they'll fucking kill her. New Japan Pro Wrestling, Lucha Underground. I don't know what Cameron can do. I really don't know what's in store for that girl. So if she can, all power to her. But I don't see a lot that can happen unless something good can really happen for her. So if they can get something going, then maybe, but if she can get something going for it, then yeah. But what can Cameron really do? Because I think she's just like another deadweight person. Like, she, you never really were a wrestling fan. And this goes back to that rant. Like, you didn't know anything. It's like, why are you in this company to begin with? How did you hold a job for almost 5 or 6 years? Because especially after the whole Toughen Up thing, and get a contract. That's really what surprises me. So I don't know. Whatever happens for her, it happens for her, I guess. So she's not really not surprised she kind of got fired. But if we were going to fire more women, I think we should have fired Eva Marie. And I'm sure you all can think of some women they could have fired also. Rosa Mendes could have been another one to fire too. Paige is indifferent in my opinion. I'm not saying she should, but I'm indifferent about it. Another person that was fired, Wade Barrett, which he was on his way out the building anyways. Okay, Barrett was on his way out the building this summer. His contract was coming up. He knew he was going to be going. I'm surprised they got rid of him now. And, you know, Barrett, did Barrett deserve more? Maybe. But I think after the whole Nexus thing, and I think John Cena killed that for him. Then he had the core, but then this is where the injury prone came in. He had the core thing. It looked like he had the whole, some type of greaser gimmick going on, but that didn't work. And to be honest, the best thing that Wade Barrett that was going for him, well, yes, he did won an Intercontinental title multiple times, about 5, I believe. But I think that Bad News Barrett was the best thing going for him. It really was for Wade. He was just Bad News Barrett, and everyone liked Bad News. But then they had to put him back in the King of the Ring. That did nothing for him. King of the Ring did nothing for him. He looked like shit being the King of the Ring winner. And he was pretty much nothing with it. And then he had to bring him to be in the Job Squad, the League of Jobber Nation right there. So that did nothing for him either. So that didn't nothing for him. So it's like, what are you gonna do with this guy? Yeah, and I guess they finally just got rid of him early then. And like Barrett could have gone on other places, and he's had multiple things they gave him. But it just got to the point where I think people didn't give a crap about Wade Barrett. Do I think Wade Barrett can go somewhere else and wrestle? Yes, but hey, the guy's had good luck. He's tough, but his body just gives out on him so much. He's injury prone. He gets hurt too much. It's a shame, but the man just gets hurt easily. And it'd be the craziest things how he gets hurt off of. A lot. So if Wade Barrett can go somewhere else, then yeah, what I heard he's been doing some non-wrestling roles, but we'll see where Wade Barrett can go. And maybe hope for the best for him. But, you know, he's had a lot of things. Other people just didn't give a shit about him. Bad News Barrett was the best thing going for him in the Nexus. And then after that, I think it just went bad for him. And then another release. And this one, I am somewhat surprised that he was released, but you know, it's a shame because this guy had so much potential also. Damien Sandow, and I read this statement the other day. Damien Sandow can get himself over, gets released. Roman Reigns can't even get over, and they do everything to put this guy over. And we put the belt on this dipshit for some reason. We put the belt on Roman Reigns. Damien Sandow, you know, he had that intellectual savior Masters thing, was working for him. Rhodes Scholars working for him. But after Money in the Bank, when he lost Money in the Bank to John Cena, everything just started going down, man. It just went bad. Once the Money in the Bank just lost, first man to lose Money in the Bank, by the way. Was he the first or the second man? I think he may have, no, he's the second person, but I believe he's the second person. John Cena was the first. But yeah, he lost the Money in the Bank briefcase. He lost the match, and it's just like Damien Sandow disappeared. Then he just kept doing multiple people's gimmicks, being wrestlers and other stuff coming out. And then Damien Sandow, I think when he was over again, he was in that, had to be the Miz down. He made it work, and the dude was receiving multiple ovations. But then when we thought that he went out on his own after the whole Miz down thing, he got rid of Miz. I thought there was going to be high hopes for Damien Sandow. What happens? We put him into a Macho Man gimmick, and he just. And then when Hogan and his racist thing kind of fucked it all up. And with the whole Mega Powers 2.0 with Curtis Axel, that dropped, and that's where things pretty much got worse then. It got worse, and it just kept getting bad for Damien Sandow. And he just disappeared off of TV, and he got a big pop at WrestleMania, and recently we got the Savior the Masses thing, and people have been very vocal. People have been very pissed at Damien Sandow's release. I wouldn't be surprised there'd be a lot of "We Want Sandow" chants on Raw or somewhere at events wanting Sandow to come back, and when they cheer for Punk or Bryan to come back. Do I think Damien Sandow can go somewhere else? And I said, oh hell yes, Damien Sandow can make it anywhere. And the guy was really good, and it's a shame he had to get released like that. And I'm sure there's multiple other people in that company that needed to be released that you would have wanted that may have not been on this list. I'm sure a lot of these guys are dead weight, but Damien Sandow had a lot of potential, but for that, and it just got worse. It got way worse. So yeah, excuse me, that should have been released off this comment. So I lost my train of thought right there. But Damien Sandow can make it anywhere. If he goes to Ring of Honor, that's great. Japan, great. TNA, great. Lucha Underground, great. And I'm sure people are going to get mad because I said TNA, and they're going to say TNA can't pay this, TNA can't pay that. But I've seen a lot of guys go to TNA and somewhat reinvent themselves when they were on WWE, and they went to a different company, reinvent themselves, and they got super freaking over it in. And can you blame them? So if we see Damien Sandow in a different company one day after this whole 90-day suspension thing, then we'll see where Damien Sandow ends up, because he is accepting bookings. So yeah, but going throughout all of these people that were cut, some I'm surprised, well not really, but a lot of these guys, like, how did y'all hold a job this long? And a lot of y'all just wasn't shit. But some either brought it themselves, or some of the writing was on the wall, or it's just a big surprise. But that's what I gotta say about all the people that were released from WWE on Friday. And it was Black Friday for them, and it was time for the chopping block. So yeah, that's what I gotta say about all these releases. I'm out of here. See you guys later. Peace.